Hey everybody, Lisa Young Sutton here with another video, and today's yummy delicious video is a Petit Tableau, a 25 card Petit Tableau using the method of distance for a relationship. Is that exciting or what? Okay, so first off, what deck am I using? This is the DivinationApothecary Lenormand. It's German. Let's see, what is that? That's, it's like true story cards. Rough translation there. Okay, I love this deck. Full-size deck. That's why it's a little hard to get in the screen there. Okay, my book, The Petit Lenormand Oracle, A Comprehensive Manual for the 21st Century Card Reader by Lisa Young Sutton. I want to show you that in my book, I do have a section on the method of distance. Okay, page 373. And it's, it's not a huge section, but it has good information in there. And I do have a method of distance grand tableau reading example right there. Okay, and I also want to show you that for every card, there's the moon. Okay, so for every card, among a gazillion other things, I have included the method of distance rules for each card, as well as the directional rules. This is the moon, so it doesn't have any directional cue, but they are included for every card in the book. Okay, so I do have another video on a 25 card Petit Tableau. And I'm sure it was on a relationship, wasn't it? Because I love using them for relationships, because the cards that fall, you have 25 cards, it's almost the full deck, so you have enough cards to work with, but the cards that don't fall give you additional information, which I love. Okay, so let me show you how I did this. Now, I was going to do this one live, and then I thought, you know what, let me see how long it takes me to draw all the cards and lay them out. And it just took too long. So, but actually once I laid these 25 cards down, I wanted to keep it anyway because it's perfect. All right, so I grabbed another deck to show you how I do this. And I will do that in 1 second. But first, let me explain the method of distance rules for relationship readings. You are looking for 3 cards. Other than, obviously, your 2 people cards, you were looking for 3 cards: the heart, the anchor, and the ring. And there's rules for each of them based on how close they are to your primary significator. Remember, there's only one primary significator. The reading can only be for one person. The other person, everything you read about that person is only as it pertains to your primary. Okay, this is not her reading, this is his, because I laid this for him. This is Gomez and Morticia. Okay, now, what you are looking for is, the ring is the really important card of the 3, right? The ring has to be to the right of the primary significator in order to show you that there will be a union, a bond, a continued commitment in the future, okay? Now that is based on reading left to right. So when you read that online or in any books, when you read that rule, it says the ring must be to the right. That is based on reading left to right. If you are a directional reader that reads according to the gaze of your primary significator, now both of these are looking forward, but say you were reading for the woman, she frequently is looking to the left, because the traditional decks had the man looking to the right, the woman looking to the left, because 28, she falls after him, and they were looking at each other. So say you were using a traditional deck, you were a directional reader, you were reading for 29 as your primary, you would then be reading right to left, which means this rule has to be reversed, right? No longer do you want it to her right, you now want it to her left, because you're reading right to left. So let me put it this way. The ring needs to be in front of your primary significator. There you go. Okay, So, how did I get the 3 cards and both people cards in this 25 card tableau? Well, that's why I grabbed another deck to show you. And guess what? I grabbed, this is not even a Lenormand deck. This got mixed in with my Lenormand cards, but I'm going to use it because it doesn't matter. All right, you know what? I'm going to show you this deck because it's so cool. Check this deck out. Doesn't it look like a Tarot de Marseille deck? It's not. Look, Jack of Clubs, King of Clubs. It's a basic standard playing card deck. This is a 52 card playing card deck that was designed to look like Tarot de Marseille. Look at the artwork in this. I love this deck so much. And it comes with 3, it's got 3 jokers. Oh, wait, here they are. Well, there's one. Right here, the trickster, right? That's one of the jokers. That's supposed to be the magician. And then there's one right here, the wanderer. That's supposed to be the fool. Oh, here, the player. That looks like judgment, right? But anyway, that's what this deck is. And it's made by, ooh, geez, flying. We have flying boxes. It's made by Pike and Clover. Okay, so for those of you who like reading playing cards and like Tarot de Marseille, go ahead and grab yourself one of these decks. So I just want to show you how I did this. Excuse me. All right, so first of all, you need both your people cards. Take them out of your deck and set them aside. You also need the heart, the anchor, and the ring. Take them out, set them aside. Now you have the rest of your deck. Now you have 31 cards, right? Okay. You start shuffling your cards. Now, the whole time you're shuffling, you are telling the cards what you're about to do. So you are envisioning this layout. You're envisioning a Petit tableau, 25 cards, 5 by 5. Okay, you're envisioning that. You're telling the cards, I am going to perform a relationship reading between so-and-so and so-and-so. For this, like I said, this is Gomez and Morticia. I am going to use the method of distance rules for the heart, the ring, and the anchor. I am also going to use my directional cues for any cards. Okay, you're telling the deck this while you're shuffling. You also tell it how you're going to draw the cards, okay? And you're telling it that you are going to draw 20 cards because you already have 5, right? So this is how I draw my cards, by feel, right? So this is why that took a bit of time for me. But you can just as easily tell the cards, if this is your standard method, tell the cards you're going to draw off the top once you feel ready and just take your top 20 cards, all right? But I draw them by feel, so I drew them like this, right? All right, anyway. So, okay, you take out your 20 cards. You put them with your 5. Now you have your 25 cards, okay? Now you shuffle them well. So what I do whenever I separate cards like that, I really want them shuffled well, so I do a few riffles. And, you know, I stink at this, so anyway, but I do it. And then I, you know, just keep shuffling. And I'm telling the cards this time that I'm going to lay them in order, just as I do with the Grand Tableau. So I'm telling the cards I'm going to draw them in order from top to let me know when they're done. And for me, when they're done, it just means I start doing this. Like I'm not, you know, they won't separate anymore. And I'm like, okay, they're ready. And then I always lay them top to bottom, left to right. All right, so I lay them like this. Again, you can lay them any way you want, but get into a system so that you don't even have to think about it anymore, and the cards always know how you're going to do it, and they know how to fall and all that fun stuff. All right, so now you got your cards laid out. All right, so what do we have here? Well, we have Gomez and Morticia landing in the same row. Okay, now normally I give the primary the row and the secondary the column, and I want to see where they intersect, excuse me. And here, of course, they land in the same row, so they don't have like an intersection really, but they have these 2 cards between them. And what are they? We got the side facing the heart. So already you're thinking, well, this doesn't look good. And no, it's not. Okay, but let's look at our method of distance rules. the ring, remember he's the primary, the ring is far and to his left. So right away, and this is an all future spread, so right away, I can't get any words out. You can tell when it's my day off because I couldn't get any happier. I'm really giddy. Okay, let me try to calm down here. All right, so the ring is to his left, so you know there is no union, no bond, no contract between them in the future. That's what this is telling you. Now, it's also far from him, but the important thing about the ring is whether it's to the right or the left. These two cards you want near, and they are. This can't get any closer. And this is also one of his near cards. These are his very near, and these are his near, right? So, what does this say? And this is an all future reading, okay? Now, you can also do this for an all present. If you are being nosy, and we humans are so nosy, aren't we? And you want to check on the relationship between two people. Like you just met somebody and you want to see if they're in a relationship, and like because you think they are with somebody. Well, you can lay an all present, see how it falls, right? This would tell you there is none. Okay, well, but it would tell you that there's some heart, you know, some love rather, and that there's somebody is like really hanging on to that, but there's really no commitment there. There's no union. There's no official union between them. Okay, you could also lay this for all past. For those of you who know me, you know how I feel about that. It's the past. Let it go. Forget about it. But I know a lot of people like to read for the past. Maybe you want to check on what happened in the past between two people, if you're really being nosy, right? So you could do that too. But this is all future between Gomez and Morticia. All right, so what does this tell us? This tells us that in the future there will be no relationship. There will be no commitment, no union. But he is going to continue to have feelings for her. That's what this close means. And this is all future. So this is, he will, into the future, continue to have feelings for her, and he will still be faithful to those feelings for her, right? He's kind of, you could say he's going to be anchored in those feelings, right? Some of you like to use the word stuck. I never like that word for this card because you can always lift that anchor, right? You know, that's the actual meaning of the card. But in this case, yes, you could certainly say that. He's going to be stuck on her, right? Okay, what else do we say? Well, I mean, look at the cards around her. And remember, this is his reading, not hers. So any cards you read about her are as she pertains to him. We're checking on their relationship. He is the primary. So this is saying, no, you know, coffin is weighing down on the house. This is his house. This is his comfort zone. It's out of his reach. The coffin above it is like, you know, a death in the family, right? It's like a loss, an ending of somebody in his private life, right? Yeah, her. And she's got the cross and the mountain and the scythe. I mean, come on. Now he's standing on the snake, and the snake, the directional cue is that it's facing the deceit, or, you know, so this is the news, the communication card. He's about, in the future, he will be receiving the message that he has been deceiving himself, right? That she does not want him. She's holding the handle. She's holding the handle of the scythe and swinging it at his heart. I mean, come on. She's like, ew, I want nothing to do with you. Get it through your head. Okay, now he also, look at his column too. Okay, this is a classic combo right here. The clouds above the ways. So this is like troubling decisions. This is like a stormy path, right? This is your choices and your options, right? Trouble there, okay? And the distance rule for this card says that it's out of his reach, which means he has no options. He has no choices. Okay, that is the way I read that, which is the way Bjorn reads it. Andy B reads it differently, but I follow that rule. If it's far I want it close because I want to know he has options, he has choices. And here it clearly shows he doesn't, especially with the clouds above it. And, you know. Okay, now here's another directional card. The ship is sailing toward the next step on his journey, which is, you know, discord, drama. Yeah, not good. Here's another important directional card, especially for this type of reading. The mice. The mice showed up, and it couldn't be any farther from him. Well, it could a little, but very far from him, which tells us that whatever is lost, excuse me, whatever is lost will not be found, will not be recovered. So he's about to lose her. He's not going to get her back. Okay? The bear is also far from him. He has no power. He has no control. You know, the center card is the child, something new and small and growing, but it's weighed down by the mountain. And it's also got the cross and the tree. It's standing on change. Yeah, no, this is all a no-go for him. I mean, every card is confirming that there is no future relationship for them. And you can even see, you know, she's going to, you know, there's more for her. There's like more fish in the sea, and this is another distance card, a card with distance rules. And when it is far, it says that there's a short trip, right? This represents a short trip. So we could say that the relationship between Gomez and Morticia was a short trip, okay? But she's standing on, you know, more fish in the sea, and, you know, she's got the couple card above the card of the social card, right? So she's going to be out and receiving invitations for dates from other people. But anyway, like I said, it's his reading. So there you go. That's how we do it. And the other point I'd like to make in this video is that I have, for quite a while now, I have been incorporating this one method of distance rule into my regular grand tableau method. Okay, the rule of the heart, the anchor, and the ring. Okay, I have been incorporating that. I do set my intention for it beforehand, and I use it. And I have been combining it with my regular house chaining and other techniques that I like to use in my grand tableau readings. And as long as I set my intention for it ahead of time, the cards have fallen correctly, and I've had no problem incorporating that specific method of distance rule into my regular grand tableau readings. So, you know, that's a keeper. I mean, come on, that having 3 cards to explain a relationship in a grand tableau, or in this case a petit tableau, is perfect. Okay, so let's see what cards didn't show up, because that is one of the reasons why I love this 25 card petit tableau for relationships especially. Okay, so what didn't show up? Well, we didn't get the fox, so, you know, the fox, if it had fallen in here, would have pointed to some wrongness possibly, and you know, it didn't show up, so we could say that no one did anything wrong. She just does not love him, right? Okay, she's not going to be visiting him or sending him anything in the mail. He's, you know, no good news is coming. No longevity for him regarding this relationship. She does not recognize him. No bliss or satisfaction in this relationship. Okay, well, no secrets, you know, because it's done. She is not in his stars, no opportunities, no little luck, no big success. He does not hold the key. He cannot, no matter what, he has to give her back her key. There you go. And no loyalty, and I don't even think there would be a friendship, because this didn't even show up, and this doesn't look like they're going to be friends at all. So there you go. Sorry, Morticia and Gomez. Well, sorry, Gomez. Morticia does not love you. Okay, so that's it for today. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or message me, whatever your pleasure is. And as always, there's a button down here somewhere in the lower right hand corner that says subscribe. Please hit that if you haven't already. That's a little thank you to me for making these videos. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.